Hello, everybody. Welcome to this month's forum. I'm really excited in the way that there's so many of you asked for extension of exploring the depth of the warm-up exercise. That means something to me. It means that there's a lot of people understanding what is Tai Chi is about. Tai Chi, the great attraction and the reason Tai Chi works so well is its depth. So, and then the fact that you are interested in the warm-up exercise, it's even better evidence that you think like me, really care about, even though it looks like a warm-up exercise. There are people who just go through the movements, and that's good, just moving your hands and arms to warm up. But the warm-up exercise actually it's much more effective if you understand and work on the depth of it. So last week we mainly focused on the upper body, and we have Rani Hughes who talk about and take us through the warm-up exercise, and she's going to talk again after me. And then we also have Pat who again goes through the depth. Rani went through the depth in relation to the body components, since it's occupational therapy. It's really appropriate for her to use her other skill into Tai Chi. And Pat again went through the upper body and using it as a way to apply the principle and to get attention of your participants. This month we're going to do similarly. I'm going to start first, and then Rani is going to take us through the lower body warm-up exercises. So when I start, I'll do the upper body warm-up with everybody after I finish my introduction, and then Pat again will follow Rani, and then we're going to keep all your questions to be answered together after we talk. So, you know, there's a thing in the chat that if you write it down, and then we'll answer all your questions. So I'm going to start with introducing our team. First of all, Evan, who's the CEO of Tai Chi for Health Institute. Evan is also fantastic with technical things, so he's running the technical part of this.
Hi everyone, thanks Dr. Lim. I just saying quickly hi. It's so nice to see so many familiar faces, those of you who I saw at the week-long workshop and are here maybe for the first time. Please put a message in the chat if you have any questions about the technical bits, or if you want to ask questions.
Thank you, Evan. And Ernie is the force behind the forum. She talked to everybody, helped you to get here, and does everything to make the forum so successful. Ernie, would you like to say a few things?
Hello, everyone. It's great to see you again. And all across the USA, I hope you're having a cool and safe summer. A reminder that you'll get a video recording a few days at the conclusion of the session, so enjoy.
Thank you, Ernie. And I'll introduce Rani and Pat as they come up later. I'm sure you all have seen that movie, Karate Kid. Well, if you haven't, then you can ask around. Maybe you're too young to have seen that movie. What it was interesting was the so-called Kung Fu masters teach the young kids martial arts, But before that, he got the kids to do work like washing cars, wash on, wash off, and painting the wall or something like that. And what it is when he started teaching the martial art, it was part of the martial art that he's teaching. Although it looked like he's getting the kids to do free labor for him. So I kind of think that's what we want to do. Everybody wants to do Tai Chi like I do. So the warm-up exercise, when we decided, it's actually has the Tai Chi principle. So it is part of Tai Chi while we call it warm-up exercises. And therefore the Tai Chi principles. So it's, if you do the exercise just to move around, then it's okay. It's just stretching your body from the top to the bottom. And also when you do that, it's a preparation, setting you up for the right mindset to start your Tai Chi. So that's fine, that works. But if you start from applying the principles, especially the breathing, the dantian breathing, in your warm-up exercises, then each movement become Tai Chi, and so the depth of it is like the depth of the Tai Chi. And by exploring that in a different way, because a warm-up is different from the Tai Chi in the sense that we focus on different parts of the body, although it is designed in such a way that even though when you do the hands, you already exercise the dantian. But still more focus on one part, and therefore make you more mindful of those parts of the body. But I'm going to leave it for Rani and Pat to explain a little, go deeper on the depth of the warm-up exercises. And before I take you through the upper body, I like you to just think of this, that people like myself, I've been doing Tai Chi for nearly 50 years now, and I certainly since we started the Tai Chi for Health programs well over 30 years ago, even before that, I do a similar warm-up exercises for nearly 50 years. And it's the same thing. So it's like Tai Chi. We do the same set of Tai Chi, or many sets of Tai Chi. For me, it could be boring if you just do the movements. But how do you make it so interesting? Make it so almost enticing, looking forward to your practice, even at times of challenge, even at times you're traveling, doing things and really busy. How do you get yourself to practice the warm-up exercise, the Tai Chi set? Well, it's very simple because it is interesting, intriguing, attractive, and you feel good about doing it. And that is why Tai Chi is so attractive to all of us. Last month, I talked to you about how I named it before we start. 1, 2, 3. Well, if I say before, for the newcomers, this all come from, how your family have great influence to you. So my daughter she is brilliant, but she's even critical at times, being brilliant. So when she was really young, I think, or maybe when she's 9 or something like that, she said to me, Dad, your stuff is so complicated, nobody understands. And I was so shocked because my take is to make Tai Chi really understand Tai Chi as deep as possible, and then to make it simple and accessible, convert it into common language. And once she said that, I was, well, at first I was a bit annoyed, of course, when someone criticizes you, and then you kind of calm down, take a Tai Chi breath, and say, yes, sweetie, so how do I make it simple then? She said, oh, just 1, 2, 3. So that is how we got the 1, 2, 3 warm-up exercises. And that was, wow, over 30 years ago now. Yeah, what she said to me, I still take a lot of notice of. So she joined me for Tai Chi too, later on in life. So here you are. Let's do the upper body warm-up with me. One is walking around and smiling to everybody. And I think smiling is so important that even if you don't feel like smiling, if you are working with people or even by yourself, when you make yourself smile, it actually improves the mindset. That's shown by psychological studies. When people feel bad or feel negative, they make themselves pretend you're being positive or make yourself to feel positive, and actually it works, it changes. So that's interesting. A smile would be a good start, and warming up, just get your joints a little warm up. And then we're going to stand upright, but not tense, and have your feet parallel, roughly shoulder width apart. And I like people to just start first of all to cleanse your mind, and then be here with your warm-up exercises and with our Tai Chi exercises. And when you be here, start with being mindful with your body. First of all, start from the top. Just allow your chin to tuck in a little bit, feeling a strength as though you're lifting your head up, and your feet as though growing roots underneath, and allow your body to gently stretch without being tense. And then we're going to breathe in, move slowly, and gently push your chin back. Push as though there's a gentle resistance. Slowly, slowly bend. Taking your time, being mindful with your body, allow yourself to let the joints gently stretch or song your joints. The second leg exercise, I'm going to mirror image to you, your left hand up, gently push the right hand down, and looking at the tip of the finger, look past the finger to 70% of your normal range of motion. Moving slowly, using your dantian to move, to direct the movement. Each time, go just a little bit further, but well within your comfort zone. That's 2 from the neck. Now the 2 from the shoulder. Gently roll forward. Make this really subtle. 3 times. Then roll back 3 times. Once. Twice. 3 times. The second shoulder exercise, song your upper limb. Gently stretch, breathing in, using dantian breathing, breathing out, gently bend your knees and your hips so your body is still upright. Breathing in and out. Then we come into the spine. Start with carrying a ball. Make sure your balls are away from your body, palm face each other, and breathe out as you stretch, but make sure there's a slight bend in your elbow. And feel your spine stretch as your hands stretch against each other. Yeah, you might like to feel, if you're comfortable, understand spiral force, a bit of spiral here, direct by your dantian. Okay, if you forget, you've done 2 or 3, can do another one. So this will be the last one coming up. Next one, carrying the ball, bend your knees slightly, and then using your dantian to turn, but not too much. And then change again, using your dantian to take that energy ball to one side and the other side. And then one more each side. So I done the neck, 2 shoulder, 2 spine. That's the upper body stretching. So I have a little shape, and I'm going to ask Rani. Rani is a master trainer, and she has started Tai Chi with me. Whoa, just about nearly day 1. And similarly to Pat, we started Tai Chi together many years ago, even though, of course, she's still very, very young. And she's an occupational therapist. I did work with a lot of occupational therapists, and they are amazing people. They're really practical, brilliant in normal life. And she applied her training as an OT to her Tai Chi master trainer. So she always has something very special, very insightful to say about our Tai Chi for Health program. So, Rani?
Thank you for the very warm introduction, Dr. Lam. So lovely to be here with you all. So lower limbs, what I'd really like us, and it's an invitation to explore. This is one way of unpacking the lower limbs. If they resonate with you, terrific, take it on board. And if it doesn't, throw it away. Keep doing what you've been doing, that's no problem. So when we move down to our hip joints, I want to talk about the arms first of all. So let's have our feet, hip width apart, and with our arm actions, the arms come up to shoulder height. And then the arms come down. And what I see a lot of people doing is pushing the arms quite far back. So let's explore the weight distribution on our feet when we do that. So have our feet together and just feel, where is my weight at the moment? Is it the heel or the ball? Trying to get it evenly distributed. So let's bring the arms up. Can I keep my weight evenly distributed on the heel and the ball? And when the arms come back, let's exaggerate the movements and really push the hands back. What happens to the weight? Do you feel like the weight moves back? So once more, let's do it the right way or another way. Arms up, and let's this time have the hands next to our hips, connecting the lao gung with the earth, and it's a pushing down action. Can I have even weight on the ball and the heel of the feet? Excellent. All right, so that's something to contemplate in the upper body. When we're pushing our arms back, we have to lean back, which changes the curvatures of our spine. Our spine has lordosis, kyphosis. It has different curves, and we're trying to maintain the upright posture to keep those curvatures of our spine aligned. The minute we're pushing back, we're changing those curves and affecting our balance. So let's try really contemplating the upper body. Arms rise, beautiful. Weight shift. We often start on the left, so I'll try to be a mirror. Hip width, good. And as the ball of the foot goes back, just let the arms float up. Excellent. Can I keep the weight evenly distributed on the foot? I'm standing on heel, pushing down slightly. Lovely. Stretching forward. That looks terrific. Feeling into the arms, pushing down, and ball of the foot. Fabulous. All right. We'll try the other leg. So we've understood a little bit about the upper body. Now the leg, what's the point? What's the function of this? This is for our hip flexors and extensors, the muscles that move the hips forward and back. So we're wanting to feel those muscles working. One of the key for that is to keep the beautiful alignment of the lower limb. So let's try the other side. I think that's your right side. Arms float up, shifting weight to our left, and feel the hip movement and ball of the foot. Good. The knees soft, I'm standing on, the flexors and extensors of the hip. That looks really lovely. Are you breathing? Please keep breathing in and please keep breathing out. Well done. The next one for the hips are the abductors and adductors. So there's muscles that move the leg away from the body and muscles that move the leg straight back. Now, when we turn our toes out in this exercise, we're back to our flexor muscles. We don't want that. We want the muscles on the side of the hip, really important to engage. So let's try the lower limb, feet parallel, shifting the weight into the right. Keep your feet parallel. You can touch or heel down or heel up, whatever feels right, but keep the feet parallel. Excellent. Changing over. So feet parallel. Very good. Can you feel these muscles on the outside of the hips? So important. Our arms, let's have our right arm straight ahead. Turn the palm away and the other hand pushes underneath. So either forward, up, whatever feels right. Let's try with the legs. So feet parallel to the side. Excellent. And changing over. Feet parallel. Oh, can you feel the tendency to want to turn those toes out? No, then you're back on your flexors. So the abductors and adductors of the hip. Nice. Stretch. That looks really good. And are you breathing in? And are you breathing out? Let's do one more. Either side. Feeling the feet parallel. Final one. Feet parallel. Excellent. From the hips, we move into the knees. Now, knees are very vulnerable little joints. They're hinge joints. So imagine a gate. A gate can open and close. That's all. So the knee can go forward and backwards. The hip can do circles and other things, but the knee can only go forward and backwards. So it's really important to keep that beautiful alignment. So what is the alignment? So the hip and the knee and the foot is all in the same direction. But what part of the foot is straight ahead? Let's explore. So we'll do the stepping forward first. So I turn the foot out. I'm going to step forward, heel. Toes must be straight ahead. Which toe? It's actually the second toe that's straight ahead. Because if the big toe's straight ahead, we turn out a little. So the second toe straight ahead. And then as I shift the weight by bending the front knee, my hip, my knee, and my second toe is all in alignment. Fantastic. If I look down, I can always see my toes, so I'm not overstretching. I turn, the natural toes come up and change. Let's try the other side, because often we're asymmetrical. What we can do on one side of the body, we can't necessarily do on the other. Shifting our weight, touching the heel, toe, and the hip, the knee, and the second toe straight ahead. Excellent. Shifting the weight back naturally, the toes come off the ground and change. We'll add our arms. Lovely loose Tai Chi fists. Shifting weight. Touching the heel, toe. As I bend the front knee, I push one hand forward. Excellent. I've got that lovely alignment. Moving back. Chain. Thinking about the upper body, if I'm pushing one hand forward, I must gently pull the other hand back, because otherwise I'd fall over. It's yin and yang. It's balancing, pushing forward. And I think about the elbow just moving back a little, and I can feel my stomach and my back muscles working the core. Let's try focusing on that upper body. Heel, toe. As I push forward, just gently pull back the opposite elbow. Can you feel your stomach muscles working? Looking great. Moving back. One more. Heel, toe. Pushing forward, but gently pulling back. Excellent. All right. Let's kick to nose height. That's often we do the kicking first and the stepping second. I like to reverse it. That's fine. So let's first of all bend, and it's all about the knee bend. So remember, gently pulling back the other elbow. Bend and come back. So we just tap on the ground first. It's all about the knee bend. It's about the knee extend. Excellent. If you would like to kick up to your nose height, follow Dr. Lamb. All right, or just tapping on the ground's fine, or kicking in the air, whatever feels right for you today. It's not about how high or low you kick, it's about whether you're aligned. Wonderful. I've lost count, so we'll call this last one either side. Push, but also pulling back helps to balance us, engaging our core. Last one. Excellent. Okay, moving into the ankles. So, ankles, heel, ball of the foot. When we put the toe, we tend to fall forward, so definitely ball of the foot. Heel, ball, heel, ball. Excellent. And change. I can tell you're all fabulous Tai Chi instructors. You all look straight ahead, but what I find in my classes, people look down. The eyes tell the foot how to move. When we do that, our head weighs a lot. By putting the head down, we're displacing our weight forward and unbalanced. Just focus on a point ahead, they say an ox cart away from you, heel and ball. Bring awareness into the ankle. That helps develop proprioception, or knowing where you are in space. Okay, next one is inversion, eversion, tapping on the little toe, big toe. Try not, put your hand on your hip. We don't want the hip moving. This is an ankle exercise. Outside, inside. Where do we have our eyes? Straight ahead, one ox cart away from you. Excellent, good. And change. Little toe, big toe. Try not to move the hip. It is an ankle exercise. Wonderful. So, as I mentioned at our last time we were together, I've been practicing these sets of warm-ups for at least 15 years. I've been learning Tai Chi for about 25. I practice at least 10 times a week. So 10 times a week, 15 years, means I've been doing these warm-ups for at least 7,800 times. So I'm never bored with these warm-ups. When we focus our attention in different parts, there's so much depth to unpack. So I hope I've given you a few ideas to start to explore in your own body. I'll hand over to Paul again.
Yes, next I would like to, thanks Rani, this was great. Lot of anatomical and OT special ideas of how to do this. It's really nice to have different angles. Pat Lawson is from Texas now. I know her right from the very first time I make a USA workshop. Actually, I met her before the workshop. So then Pat is a teacher. She's been teaching karate, Chinese martial arts, Kung Fu and Tai Chi for as long as I've been teaching Tai Chi. But she also is a school teacher. So she's an educationalist in more ways than one. And she's going to explain her takes of the depth of Tai Chi for the lower body warm-up. Please welcome Pat.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lam. That's such a lovely introduction. It does encapsulate everything. And thank you, Rani, for going over those lower bodies, how we can tune them up, structure them, and help our bodies work better. Last month, or May, last forum, I spoke about how to use the warm-ups in order to spark interest and engage your students a little more, and ways to use imagery and accent principles in a focused manner. But today, I want to approach it a little differently, and I want to talk about expression. Just as there's so many layers of depth, we can memorize just the basic warm-ups and the shape, and in the beginning, that's all most of us can do. We go a little deeper into proper alignment, knowing how some of the tendons and muscles feel, and starting to focus our thoughts with the angles. And we can go deeper than that. Any art is expression, and Tai Chi is a martial art, and we are expressing. And we express on all different levels of depth. We can express just the physical, just the choreography, the beauty of certain movements in a physical sense. We can express emotion. What do we want it to mean when we do a certain move? What are we thinking? What thoughts or emotions do we want to project? And we can do it projecting spirit, projecting intention. What am I thinking here? And another one that one of my sifus really loved to teach about was just expressing energy. And we have different kinds of energy, but to express the energy is also something we can do. And it ties into intention and emotion and spirit and all of that. If you've ever had an old toothpaste tube, and I went looking, now they make them kind of plasticky, and I don't have that old foil kind. Here's arthritis pain relief, familiar to many of us. But if people squeeze the tube initially, or if you've raised kids who did this, pretty soon you can't get any more out. How do you get the rest of the toothpaste out of the tube? You have to squeeze from the bottom and express it out and let it puff up and get to where it's supposed to be. Or if you've ever frosted a cake with a frosting bag with the little hole in the corner, and you squeeze to get the little rosettes and shapes you want, but then you're out of frosting and the frosting's kind of balled up above your hand. You have to express it back down in the bag. Express it out. So think of all those fluids in our bodies, lymphatic fluid, blood, water. The fluids get expressed often from muscle movements, the heart, the lungs, but muscle movement also will help to express. So there's a physical part to the expression, as well as if I were using energy to express an emotion, say in cartoons lately, they show anger being expressed as a lightning bolt coming out of someone's hand or smoke or something else. If I wanted to express happiness, friendship, joy, openness, how am I going to express that in Crane Spreads Wings? Can I think of that openness and that open heart as I do Crane Spreads Wings? So I like to think of expression once the physicality is covered, once I know where I'm going. It's really great to work a little bit on expression. And a good way to introduce this and start working on it is in the warm-ups. So let's go through just the lower body warm-ups. I'm going to put on a different camera lens here, knowing that you have to have the structure right first. So one, to prevent injury, and two, so that things work right. Also, think of a cannon. A cannon is expressing out that cannonball. If the cannon is not right, if the chute is bent a little bit, the ball's not going to go where it's supposed to go. So we need the correct structure. And stand up and join me and just feel this and think a little bit about expressing as we do the lower body warm-ups. We'll start with the hips, relaxing, letting your hands down, and imagine your energy possibly as an aura around you or a sphere. We don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But what if this sphere is around me and I want to start pushing it out a little bit more? I want to have a larger sphere. I want to express my energy better, express it larger, circulate it better. Hands back, and I push back a little bit on the back wall of my sphere and heel forward. I'm pushing a little bit forward on the bottom edge. Check my center and switch. See how it feels. If very, very softly you think, just a little more room, a little more space. Nice. Look how graceful. And then switching feet. Keeping that wall extended behind you, extended at lower front, and then upper front and lower back. Almost like a bubble, and we don't want to break it. We just want to open up and stretch our own boundaries a little. Second one, lifting up your right hand and turning it outward, left hand under it. So you're aware of this wall next to you now. We've pushed out to front and back. Think, extend, and feel it within. Center, imagine expanding within, opening up, and release. Let's pause there. For the knees, we can still think of keeping that bubble extended around us. We want to make sure we don't overextend, passing a knee. We don't want to strain a joint. We can also think of directing all of our energy in a focused manner. Loose fists and placing your foot, making sure you have good ground, and exhale, projecting outward all together, your nose, your navel, your dantian, and back. Storing and delivering. And as Rani says, we like to look ahead, look outward, because you're projecting your energy where your gaze goes. We really don't want it to go down. We want it to go out, keeping that bubble around us and nice and expansive. Holding all the weight on one foot, storing some energy, breathing in, exhale, and keep everything working together. And here you might want to think of an emotion, some happiness, getting something good, sharing. Last one like this. And warming up the ankles, so important, and yet such a small movement. So it's as if we have our bubble quite comfortably large around us now, and we're going to warm up the ankle joints with the two directions of flexion. And I like to feel the supporting foot pressing into the earth. I like to think of my posture, and I like to think of pulling energy down through my legs and through my feet and back up again. But you can pick whatever you want to think about expressing, and nice and gently do outer edge, inner edge. And switch. Heel, ball. I should have done that one first. I just was thinking of the sideways. It's okay, as long as you do both. And at this point, hopefully you'll feel nice and limber, having loosened up the entire body, and you'll also have opened yourself up to expression, whether it's just the physical expression of graceful movements, or whether it's storing and delivering energy, or thinking about the intention and the focus. There's so many layers that you could look at when you start thinking of expressing a feeling or an idea with the warm-ups. Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. Time for questions. Any questions?
Yes, Dr. Lam, we have a question. One participant asked, what is the preferred order? She mentioned the 2 warm-ups. So that might be referring to each of the separate joints. There are 2 exercises for the joints. So is it preferred which one you do first? And her other meaning is, overall, what is the preferred order to go through the warm-ups? Could you address that, please, Dr. Lam, or one of the speakers?
Okay, if I may say that, if you look at all my instructional videos, that order is obviously my preferred order. However, if you feel for any reason that you're more comfortable to, for example, like just now, Pat did the heel toe of the ankle exercise instead of both sides. I don't see any problem with either way, but it's the overall order. I think it makes more sense just from the head, shoulder, spine, hip, knee, ankle. It's much easier to remember, and it makes more sense to me. That's the order.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Lam. Does anyone else have a question that you would like, or a comment that you would like to make at this time? You might use the function at the bottom to raise your hand. If there's more than one, we could take them in order. Or you could just use the chat box, and we'll get to your question or comment. This is your time. If you can think of anything you would like answered now.
And while we're waiting for questions, I just make a comment that our body is different, and also our perspective is different. So minor differences is not so important. It's the principles. Remember the warm-up exercise, one of the major reasons to do warm-up exercise is to orientate, prepare your mind towards Tai Chi. And so the depth in different aspects, the physical aspect, anatomical, the occupational therapies aspect, martial arts aspect, expression, all those are important. But I think it's a lot to do with the principles, and like warming up the principle. If you're just doing for example, the shoulder exercise, then you can put more emphasis on loosening your shoulder joints, your upper limb, elbow, wrist. So that loosening is the Tai Chi, the song is Tai Chi principles. So it's like warming up the principle of each part of the body at the same time, preparing yourself to do Tai Chi. So warm-up exercise is like orientate your mind and your body towards the Tai Chi exercise. So in one way, it can be more focused on some aspect that mean more to you.
Okay, we had another question that came up, and this refers to the hip joint, moving the leg to the side and pushing the wall. Could you explain a little more about what you're feeling, or what the intention is of pushing the wall and then the leg to the side?
Maybe I'll do that too. Pat talk about having energy around you, and talk about expressing yourself. Let me just right angle so you can see me better. This is probably one of the more challenging exercise. Your body center, so you are well balanced. And then you feel your energy expressing from both sides, one through your hands, one through your foot. So it's like you have a center and you expand your energy on both sides, opposite sides. And that would happen in Tai Chi, maintaining the center balance and your Chi control your balance, and then you expand your body in two different directions. And if you really think about it, many Tai Chi movements expand your energy in different directions. So this, by the way, is inspired by the chain style waving hands in the crowd. Don't do this, but that's where it comes from. If you do chain style, you do that thing.
Thank you, Dr. Lam. We had two questions that are similar, and it talks about breathing. How soon do you introduce breathing was one, and the other is it better to exercise before or after you do mindful breathing, such as a Qigong?
Pat wants to say something. Let's do that first.
Okay.
Thank you. I couldn't find the button fast enough. I just wanted to say for all the instructors out there who might have run into this as well as I have, that on that hip warm-up, switching my lens, it's so important for people to, I never use the term push on the wall. Oh, something's wrong with my, there we go. I don't say push on the wall because my participants are going to push, and then you're going to go out of alignment. So I like the idea, as Dr. Lam said, and I had touched on it, expanding from within, just resting. I remember hearing Dr. Lam say, just rest in your hands for stability, and then extend and release. And that makes it so simple. And the second pitfall is that somehow people sometimes want to do a big swoop and a swoop. And my philosophy of Tai Chi is very much on using the least amount of physical effort to achieve your end. And this is so much extra physical effort on my arms and shoulders. So I like the idea that it's almost like a whole breath with your body to just expand and release, and expand and release. And the word push is maybe a bit aggressive, so just to be careful with, your own participants there. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. Let me answer the question of breathing. Well, you never stop breathing, of course. And the rule about using dantian breathing is that number one rule, always let go naturally whenever you feel uncomfortable. So as to you do your dantian breathing prior, after, during, I think it should be all that. Whenever I feel stress or when I'm traveling, I get jet lag, I use my dantian breathing lying in bed. And when I stress about anything, and when the opportunity is right, I will use my dantian breathing. So yes, use it anytime, anywhere, before, prior, after, during. However, don't be obsessed with it. Only when it's comfortable to do it. The dantian breathing is so much of Tai Chi, really. And it's just, in other places I explain the anatomical, physiological reason why you open up using the diaphragm to activate the healing part of the nervous system, and also open up the lung space, give it more oxygen, also stimulate the stabilizer muscle to make your back stronger. So all that just from the breathing exercise. So do keep in mind, and it is written on the website, on the online lessons, and on almost every instructional videos that you go through. Do take notice of that. And yes, I hope the answer is right. Use it anywhere, anytime that's comfortable.
Okay, thank you. We have another one. I don't know if we would have the time. She's asking about seater adaptations for the lower body movements. Maybe Ronnie or Pat might have access to a chair or holding on. I don't know if we could have time to have any demonstration of adaptations for someone who is unable to stand for the length of time to do the lower body warm-ups.
Rani, would you like to say something?
Sure. I'm very mindful. We've only got 2 minutes left. I wonder whether that would be a useful forum at some future time to go through the seated Tai Chi, because there's many ways to modify, and it depends on whether someone has postural stability. Can they hold themselves upright, or is it just that their knees sore? And we can sort of unpack that. So it's quite a complex, so there's lots of layers that we could explore. I don't think 2 minutes is enough, sadly.
Well, it's true. That's very well said, Rani. But I think it's so important while we have folks here to emphasize never twist while planted in the chair. So really, the main modifications that are so important are about the hip. Because I have a stool here. I was looking. I can use my stool really quickly to just say, pretending my feet are on the floor. But if I were to try to do this one in the chair, I'm doing things that just don't feel right in the chair. So instead, we have modifications to let a knee drop with its natural weight for one of these, and you can put in. There's more we can put into these, but make sure you're not trying to do this one in the chair. Just let a knee drop. And likewise with the forward and back, if you do that in the chair, you're only warming up your knee. So instead you can open the gate, swing the leg out, swing the other leg out. And again, you can keep hands on one side, hands on the other. So those two are really important not to do the same way seated. And Ronnie's right, there's more than just those 2 changes, but for anybody watching who needed to know that, don't ever let the people twist while planted in the chair. It's dangerous for the spine.
Yeah, well, as you know, we chose topics based on what you asked us. So if you wanted that seated, which may need a whole session, then write down in your chat or in the survey we send you as a future topic. We will talk about that. And in a minute, I'll talk about the next month's topic. But meanwhile, I just want to comment one thing. Pat was very keen to demonstrate to you how to do it seated, but do not teach people to sit in stool like that. The people do any seated exercise should have very safe sitting place, not a stool. That's not
right.
Yeah, just be mindful of that. And my take to the seated exercise is, sure, we can explore it more. But meanwhile, the whole thing is do what you can safely within the chair and visualize the rest. That is a basic principle, but of course it can be more diverted. The next month we have the topic ready, which is something that many people ask. Evan, do you have that?
I wasn't ready to share let's have a photo first, and then before we get toward the end, and I can find it while we wrap up. So Dr. Lem, let's follow you for a photo.
Okay, everybody, let's do a smiling photo to start with.
1, 2, 3. Great. One more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Okay, let's do this one. Hands on the side, things with
1, 2, 3. And my second page, 1, 2, 3. Great. Okay, Dr. I'll have a look.
Yeah, well, the next month topic of my memory is about how Tai Chi works for stress release and reducing anxiety. The exact wording might not be word to word, but that would be something that so many people ask. What do you guys think? You think that's a good topic to talk about? Good. Well, thank you. Good. So you guys should come in and tell your friends to come over, because we like lots of people in the forum. You know, it's just amazing that at the forum, then at the workshop, when I see you guys, I feel so happy that we continue the communication and working together. That is so important to keep us up with our understanding, our practice, our interest in Tai Chi, and our friendship. Okay, so Evan, I think should I conclude this? Okay, so thank you all for coming here. This is really very interesting. I think Tai Chi is so interesting from the basic, so-called basic, to really complicated movement. There are just so much layers of depth that we can entertain ourselves and explore our mind and have fun with it. So I look forward to see you in the next forum. And just to remind you, every topic with the recording of it is on our website, Tai Chi for Health Institute's website. You can tell your friends, your students, your participants to go to the website. If they have a question and you want them to access answers from myself and my colleagues, then they can find that topic. Just about every topic that we have covered, and yes, we were happy to do a subject, a topic that you would like to hear. So I would stay here for another 5 minutes, but meanwhile, I'm going to officially thank my co-speakers for giving your wisdom and your time, and Ernie, my team, and Evan for getting everything here. And thank you all for being here, because the forum is for you. That's why we're here. So
thank you, Dr. Lam, too, for making it happen.
And feel free to stay for a few more minutes, especially if you have any points of view or any questions. We'll love to hear from you.
And to those of you who are anywhere near Toledo and Kansas City, we'd love to see you in person with Dr. Lam in October. I think Ernie put a message in the chat regarding the weekends.
And even if you're far away from it, like me, from Toledo, you are welcome to come.
Exactly.
By the way, one of the guys from the June workshop is coming from USA. He's from USA, John. He's coming to my Sydney workshop this month, in a few weeks' time. So that's great. And Rani's coming, but Pat is engaged elsewhere. It is a long way for a weekend workshop.
It is, but I did look up the airfares. pictures, and they're very attractive.
Wow. Yes, you're welcome. Yeah, it's always fun to work together. But generally, definitely, I know a lot of overseas people are coming to join us. They all get excited with the new hotel, but you know, it's not the hotel, it's us you should be excited with, our teachers. I think Rani will be here, and Pat might be here, but we certainly have a great team of instructors, and we look forward to work with you. Welcome everybody to this month's forum. This morning we have a forum of the same topic, that is about the warm-up and cooling down exercises. It's really good to have a second session because last month, actually 2 months ago, because we missed the month in June, or because of the June workshop in USA. So we did the first lot of warm-up exercises, and Ronnie talked about how we connected to her professional being a OT, and how that work out with the warm-up exercise, the locations and positions. And then Pat Lawson, she will, I have her recording, she will talk later about how to use the Tai Chi principles to connect to the warm-up exercises, and to use it to sort of communicate better with the participants. And there were quite a few people who wanted us to do the follow-up because we run out of time. So that's what we're doing, and I'm really happy that this happened because I think warm-up exercise really is connected. It's really part of Tai Chi. When you do the 1, 2, 3 warm-up exercises, to me, it's like a special set of Tai Chi with the Tai Chi principle incorporated. But because we sort of put focus in the neck, so there's more principle focus in the neck, then we focus on the shoulder, how we use the shoulder, how the principle apply to that part. So it's really a set of Tai Chi with more focus on different region of the body, and how to apply principle to that. And that is why I've been, since I created with a group of people, we created it about 40 years ago, and I still practice it every day with that warm-up exercise before I do Tai Chi. And I still found it's interesting where I can still explore and understand the principle even more. So, and I really like to spend more time with everybody. It's one of those things, you know, Tai Chi is based on the law of nature, and nature can look so simple. You can say, I just walk down the garden and it's natural, it's nature, and that's fine. And you can forget about it, or you can start thinking about nature and how it works, and being mindful of nature would make your walk down the garden each day more meaningful, more value for the time, which is like the warm-up exercise did to me, to allow me to appreciate it more, and just set me up to feel the Tai Chi more. So it's like orientate yourself to the Tai Chi, and at the same time you start like warming up on the principle as well. So it's not just moving your body in different parts, which is okay if you move your different parts of body, stretching your body. It's a good exercise, but it's not as magical as you applying Tai Chi principle to it. So what I'm going to do is to revise the warm-up exercise we did the last time, just in case you weren't here. So we're going to start with the warm-up exercise for the upper body, and then Rani and Pat's going to work on the warm-up exercise in the lower body, exploring the depth of the warm-up exercise in the lower body, and then we'll be open for questions. If you have any questions, if you don't want to forget it, you can always write it down in chat. Underneath there's the chat that you can write down, and Ernie will bring it up when we finish our talks. And I think with a relatively small meeting, we can have that group discussion or meeting everybody from different countries later on. That's how we're going to run it. So today, Ernie is going to run the technical thing. She's going to be the hostess. Well, and I'm trying to remember what to do. But Rani is very good at online lessons too. So together we'll make it work. So I would like you to, unless you have any questions, join me and we will start the warming up of the, how do I ping myself? Ping myself. Okay. Being mindful of your balance and smile, because when you smile, everything looks better. Even one thinks it's not the best for you, a smile improves it. Study from human mind or the psychologists found that if you feel unhappy or not like doing certain things, and if you just pretend to be happy, smiling, it actually helps you to be more happy. So I'm sure you experience that, sometimes you meeting somebody, you really don't feel like this guy or this person. And then you make yourself smile and open your mind. And then you might be surprised that this person turned out to be the meeting or the person turned out to be more interesting. So the physical self can affect the mental self, and the mental self also. The mind is the body, and the body is the mind. And that can start from the warm-up exercises. And I find that's really important to incorporate the dantian breathing with the warm-up exercises. So we're going to start with breathing in and moving slowly your hands. And then as you push your chin back gently, the out breath, contract your pelvic floor muscles, and then just relax, let go. Breathe out as you bend your neck down slowly. Let's do that again. In breath as you bring your hands up. Breathing out as you push gently And bend slowly and well within your comfort zone. Imagine you push your chin back, looking straight ahead, and an out breath as you push, bend your knees, bend your neck slowly. The next exercise, remember this is your dantian connected to your neck and looking at the tip of your middle finger and look past the finger, turn to 70% of your normal range of motion, coming back, feel the connection between the dantian and your hands. And make sure you move well within your comfort zone. And one more time. Next is the shoulder. I make sure this is just a very subtle roll forward once. At the same time, trying to song your shoulder. Let your shoulder gently open. And third time. And then we go backwards. Once, twice, 3 times. And the next shoulder exercise is wonderful to exercise how to song, gently open up the joint of your upper limb, breathing in, breathing out, and bend your hip and your knee, keeping your body upright. Out breath. In breath, gently. Out breath, contract your pelvic floor muscles. Song your joints. And pressing down. Then you can join it to the spine as you stretch, feel you stretching your spine. In breath, as you bring your hands together to gather the chi. And an out breath, gently stretch the spine. For those who's comfortable with trying spiral force, this is really interesting spiral, using your dantian to direct your hands and make that movement spiral. One more each side. And the last. And here it's important to connect your chi, your dantian, to the hands as though we carry a ball of chi, and then bend your knee and hip slightly, keeping your body upright, and then only turn slightly. Don't overturn, and then change your hands, turning your dantian to the other side. It's not twisting your upper body, it's using your dantian to feel connecting to your hands. At the same time, remember to allow the upper limb to song. So when you song your joints, you have more chi feelings in your hands. And then we're going to do the hip. Oh no, that is the lower body. which Rani is going to take us through. So have a little shake, and I hope you enjoy that upper limb exercise. So I'm coming back I'm going to introduce Rani. If you won't hear the last forum, you probably met her in different places. Rani is a occupational therapist, but she's have a special interest in public health. So she went and worked for Arthritis Foundation many years ago. And that's practically how I met her the very first workshop for the last 26, 27 years ago. And since then, we've been working together. She's been using her medical training as an OT to incorporate and integrate with Tai Chi, and she always have something really useful because OT, I met a lot of OTs. They're really, really good at practical and looking at life more in a practical way, and certainly with the medical knowledge. So Ronnie's interpretation and her understanding of the Tai Chi as a whole is fantastic, and certainly the warm-up for lower limbs will be great. I look forward to hear that. So here's Ronnie.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lam. So lovely to be with you all this evening in Melbourne or this morning, wherever you may be. So my invitation for you today is just to listen, have a bit of a try about different ideas I might introduce about our lower limb warm-ups. And if they sit well in your body and they feel good, great, take them on. And if they don't, throw them away, no problems at all. As Dr. Lam said, my background is an OT, so I do often go back to the biomechanics of the body, the anatomy, to help me understand how my body moves. So that's what I'd like to share today. So we'll start with our hip exercises. With our hips, we know the arms come down and the legs go up. But I want us to explore what position might the hands come. So let's have our feet together and just try something. As our feet are together, try to have even weight on the heel and the ball of the foot. So now some people actually push quite far back in their hip exercise. So push your hands back and see what happens to the weight on the feet. Does it tend to make you sort of go backwards? That can be a bit of a problem. So another way to explore is imagine the Lao Gung. Remember wherever the fourth finger touches, that point in the hands. Imagine actually pushing down and connecting the Lao Gung to the earth as opposed to the pushing back. So we'll just explore that together. So can I push down and keep the even weight on my feet, not moving weight back or forward? Excellent. Let's try that together. So we know the arms float up. I'll try to be a mirror. We tend to work on the left side first in Tai Chi. So push the hands down. Good, not back, down. And then ball of the foot behind. Soft fingers. Lovely. So hip width with the heel. Pushing down. Good. And ball of the foot. Excellent. Can you feel the weight on the stabilizing leg? Hopefully it's evenly distributed across the heel and the ball. Let's try the other side. We're very rarely symmetrical in the body, so often one side feels a little bit easier than the other. So it's that gentle pushing down, hip width and the ball of the foot behind. and the heel and the ball. Excellent. I think it's important to understand what muscle groups are we working, and it is the flexors and the extensors of our hip for those movements. The next one are the abductors and adductors, the muscles on the outside and the inside of our hip joint. So how do we activate those? The only way to activate those is to keep our feet parallel. So when we tap to the side, if I turn my toe out, even a smidgen like that, I'm back on my flexor muscles. I want the muscles down the side here, protecting the hips, stabilizing my hips. So try to keep the outer edge of the feet parallel as I tap to the side. Can you feel this muscle working? And then do it a different way. Just turn the toes out and feel how the muscle now is more at the front of the leg as opposed to the side. Excellent. It's so subtle, but just turning the toes a smidgen changes which muscle groups are engaged. So let's add our arms. So if we push, I think it's to your right, doesn't matter. Try to keep our feet parallel to feel over the hip. Lovely, the abductors and adductors of our hip joint. Parallel. Excellent. Oh, I can feel that focus and that concentration. It's fantastic. Sometimes I find myself, when I'm really focused, I hold my breath and forget to breathe. So please remember to breathe out sometimes. Excellent. Feet parallel. Last one. Feet parallel. Excellent. That looks really good. Moving down to the knees. So what we're trying to do with the knees, I like to do the weight shift first, just so I feel steady before I kick. So with the lower limb, we want the hip, the knee, and the ankle all in a straight line, so I'm not twisting my knee joint. The knee joint is a hinge joint. It is like a gate. It opens and it closes. It doesn't move in a circle like our hip joint can do circles. So which part of the foot is going straight ahead? Many people think when I step forward, it's my big toe, but I'll invite you to try to keep the second toe straight ahead. So when I'm shifting the weight, my hip, my knee, and my second toes all in alignment. When I glance down, I can always see my front toes. I'm not over bending the knee joint. So let's try that with our arms. So very loose fists. Weight to your right. Heel, toes touch. And as I bend the front knee, pushing forward, pulling back, checking my lovely alignment, hip, knee, and second toe. Excellent. Weight back, foot back, and change. Heel, toe. I want to end up the hip, the knee, and the ankle in alignment. Excellent. And moving back. If we think about the arms, if something's moving forward in Tai Chi, something has to be moving back. So gently pull the elbow back a smidgen as you push forward, allowing the other hand to pull back. You might feel your stomach, your back muscles engaged. Let's try. See what you notice in your body. Push forward, gently pulling back the other elbow. Excellent. I'm not very good at counting, so let's do one more. Either side, gently pushing forward, but gently pulling back to engage our core. Final one. A gentle forward and back. Excellent. Going to our knee, the second one or the first one, doesn't matter. So it's all about the knee bend and we gently tap. It's about the knee bend coming down. It's all about warming up the knees. If you want to kick off the ground, that's fine, or tap on the ground. But the same applies for the arms. If one hand's going forward, just pulling the other arm back a smidgen. Excellent. It's all about the knee bend, the knee extend. Good. Last one each side, or just tapping on the ground. That's okay as well. But do use the arms to help stabilize the legs. Excellent. Moving from the knees into the ankles. So just having the hands at dantian or wherever's comfortable. And it is a heel and a ball of the foot. Trying to keep our head upright, but our awareness into the ankle. Many of us use our head to look down to tell the part of the body to move. It's much better, develops proprioception or knows where we are in space if we keep the head upright and awareness into the ankle. Let's change. So it's a hard habit to break if we always look at our moving foot. Takes a lot of awareness. Good. No rush for the ankles. Breathe in. Breathe out. Fabulous. Second one is just outside, inside of the ankle. So this is called inversion, eversion of the ankle. I try not to move my hip joint. Many people move from the hips. No, we're isolating or just trying to work on the ankle, outside, inside. It's a very small, subtle movement. Again, keeping the head upright, but the awareness into your ankle and change. Oh, fabulous focus. Isn't it lovely when we know the warm-up so well, we can drop in and just shift our focus, our attention, and then it feels like a completely different exercise. Well done. So I've been practicing these particular warm-ups at least 10 times a week for, I don't know, maybe doing 15 years of these particular warm-ups. So I think that works out to about 7,800 times that I've done this particular warm-up. I never get bored because there's always somewhere else to drop the mind into the warm-up. So I hope something from that resonated with you, that you can start to explore a little further in your body. Thank you. I'll pass back to Dr. Lamb.
Thank you, Rani. That's really nice. Actually, before you all sit down, we were going to do pets warm up of the lower limb. But actually, even before we do that, we done warm up from the upper body, warm up lower body. And I'm assuming everybody knows Tai Chi for arthritis. Why don't we do a Tai Chi for arthritis in part 2 together? And then I'll play pets video for you to warm up as so. Cooling down. So please join me. I'm going to turn my back towards you so it's easier for you to follow left and right. Cleanse your mind. Check your posture. And actually, I'll do better from here. Tai Chi for arthritis. Commence. Now, on this step, remember Rani's going through how your feet is parallel. Open, close. We're going to do part 2 too. Okay. So I'm going to play you Ted Lawson's warm-up exercise too, so we can do that together with her. Hope you enjoyed that. Was there any questions?
Anyone that wants to have a question or comment can use the function at the bottom to raise your hand, or you can put your question or comment in the chat box, and we will watch for that to come.
Well, there's no question. I remember years ago, I met a professor of nursing in USA, and Veronica was an amazing lady. She's very caring, and she did a study for using Tai Chi for arthritis for people in nursing homes. And what she found was that most of these people ended up just using the warm-up exercises. And in fact, just doing that, she also found the nursing staff and the doctors actually join in to do that, and relatives often come and join. And this study actually showed these people has improved in different measurements. They're happier, they able to do more, and they enjoy the Tai Chi. So that is really interesting for me because like I did talk about it as a form of Tai Chi, and in a way it's easier to remember. It's like from the neck down, 2 exercise each. And and I don't know how much depth they went into, but her study has shown people has feel better about it. So that's nice about the warm-up exercise. Certainly, I wouldn't be doing it for 40 years if it's boring. So, listen to Rani, listen to Pat. I get newer ideas, newer way to look at it. And just like Tai Chi, there's so much depth that you can explore. Um, well, unmute yourself if you want to ask any questions. Otherwise, Rani, do you want to say anything?
I think that it's with our warm-ups, I think it's just an exploration, because what we're doing is exploring some of those Tai Chi principles and the concepts that we're going to bring into our Tai Chi movements. So in my own practice of the warm-ups, each day I'll try to focus on something different, or maybe a whole week I'll focus on something. And I do think that the mind needs to have another object to focus on so boredom doesn't arise. Because I think that that's a challenge, that some people think, oh, the warm-ups, they're boring. But actually, if the mind is occupied and the mind is challenged, then boredom won't ever arise. So if you notice that boredom's arising in your warm-ups, or you're looking around the classes you're running and people are like, oh, these boring old warm-ups, you need to up the challenge a little. And it might be, just drop the awareness into a different part. I love the toothpaste example that Pat used. That really resonated for me. So sometimes it's imagery that can work, all that awareness into the different parts of the body. Are there any questions or comments?
We did have a question that came up, and this was a similar question from our first group that we had earlier tonight. Do most people start the warm-ups from the head down to the feet, or from the feet up to the head? And does it matter?
Well, I don't think it really matters much, but I think head down seems to be a more logical way to remember. And also, I have a great uh, affinity about that exercise of the neck. I have, as most of you know, I have arthritis since I was 13, and my neck was the worst, the fingers, hands, feet. I used to get sore necks, and that would last a couple of weeks, and then it'll be good for a couple of weeks, and then again. And if I carry anything, I sure to get a sore neck. So part of the idea was to put your chi in your neck and do my neck exercise, plus the rest of my Tai Chi. So I hardly ever get a neck problem for the last 60, 60 how many years since I've been doing Tai Chi. So I, as you know, I travel. Even now, I just came back from USA, and I sort of I try to cut down my luggage, but I'm really happy that the last time my suitcase is only 24, 24K. On the way back, it became 25K. I bought some chocolates and things for Hazel. Uh, yes, and I carry them whenever I have to. There's always times there's nobody work for carry a luggage for you. Then plus my carry on as well. So uh, it's not just a warm-up exercise, but I do think the neck is so important that there are so many little muscles in the neck. It's quite easy to strain your neck. So I think it's nice to start with doing that gently with the Tai Chi feeling, have your neck muscles warm up. And yeah, so my answer is I don't think it matters all that much, but I would suggest you do the neck head first since we've been doing it for years and it works really well for me.
Can I add something to that? That I've worked, I love the idea of the neck down. I've worked a lot in mental health programs as an occupational therapist, and I've worked with people with a lot of anxiety, or they might have, schizophrenia, and they might have voices in their head, and they're not very grounded. So I have explored going from the neck down, but in some populations, I find when we start at the feet, and it literally grounds people, bring your awareness to your feet touching the ground and working the way up. And for my own challenge, sometimes I like to work up the body. It's so hard. If we've always been going from the top down, just from time to time, I want to mix it up and make sure I'm very present. I start at the feet and work up. But yeah, generally, I also work downwards.
That's nice. I like that. Yvonne, you want to say something?
Yeah, thank you. It's the same when people come to the class, they are very nervous. They are talking when they change their clothes, they come in, they're laughing, they are exchanging their experiences. And then we start the warm-ups, and the first one is yeah, this sort of, they smile in the face, and then we come down, and the head so full of their things from the daily work and all that, and they very fast, really, very fast come down with the awareness. They feel their body through the body. They feel if they have a problem, they can relax. And then when the legs coming, this bottom feeling of the earth, so the like a tree with the roots into the earth, they stabilized and the balance is here and everything. And so this coming down makes for my self experience very good sense to brain and then coming down in the body and feeling the groundings. So for me, it makes absolutely sense. I always start like this because it's so beautiful to see how they can follow and they love it, really, as me, I do. Thank you.
Thanks, Yvonne. I I get that most of us teachers, and sometimes if you find the participants are uneasy or they talk among themselves, then you know that it's time to get people moving when people start working with you. And in times of stress, I really don't feel like doing Tai Chi. I make myself started. And when it started with something like just a little warm up, I said, well, I just do that for 5 minutes. And then maybe I do it for 10 minutes and then I'm into it. And I do my normal 1 hour and 1.5 hour practice. And then after that, I feel good that I did it because my stress is better. I can see things clearer, and I just feel I overcome that hurdle. one time. It becomes a habit. If I don't practice that day, the day doesn't work as good for me. Yeah, it's a very nice addiction. Certainly keep me healthy. Uh, so um, I I think it's actually about bit over 1 hour. How about before we go, we just have a small group. How about everybody share your name, where you're from, and if you want to have any comments, or perhaps Lenny like to just put, to ask the people to start so that, yeah.
Shall we have a group
No.
photo first in case people have to go off
Oh,
the call?
yes.
Yes.
Good idea. Let's have a
Yeah.
group photo.
Yes.
Let me see. How do I get to the views? And I have gallery views. Okay. Is everybody in the photo? Okay. So if you're ready, smile. And 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. And how about do a greeting? Oh, oh, hang on. My phone asked me to do something. Okay, we do a greeting. I'll just do my greeting with one hand since I have to press a button. Okay, one, 1, 2, 3, go. Yes, great, wonderful. Okay, it, yeah, if you have to go, that's fine. But if you like to stay and just say where you from and like to share anything, uh, here's the time before we go. Uh, Ernie's going to
Okay, we
name
have
you.
11 countries represented. If you're from the UK, you want to wave? Do you want to just wave if you're from the UK? Wonderful. Okay. If you're from Australia, wonderful. How about Switzerland? Do you want to wave from Switzerland? Ah, Belgium. Do we have Belgium still with us? There we go. Welcome. Okay. I believe our friends from India are no longer with us here. I'm not seeing that. How about France? Hi. Hi, Anne-Marie. Where's Thomas today? Yeah. Okay. How about Sweden? Do we have Sweden?
Yeah, Myra.
Myra, yes. How about New Zealand? Do we have New Zealand still with us? Wonderful. Okay. Ireland, is Ireland still with us?
Yeah.
There's Ireland. Yeah. Hi, Sharon. Who am I missing? Am I missing another country? Some of our participants from other countries, I don't think we have them all on here right now. Some had to leave, perhaps. Okay, this is wonderful. This is my way to visit the other side of the world. I'm from USA.
Well, that's great. Wonderful. Well, everybody enjoy your Tai Chi. And I'm going to officially conclude this session. And you're welcome to stay for a few more minutes. I'll keep it open for a few minutes. Meanwhile, um, yeah, it's maybe sometime we have somebody talk about the feature of that country and where we should what we should see in your country, and we can come in when we come visit you, we'll know where to go. I remember Bill went to Ireland, and he was so happy to meet our people there. Yeah, hey Marie,
And
How you
Maria,
doing? Unmute yourself. I can't
unmute.
hear you. You got to unmute the button if you want to say something. Yeah, I unmute you. Oh, I can't do that. We click in the bottom, the mute button, and click it, and then we can hear you. Can't hear you, Anne-Marie. Go to the button in the bottom, the mute button, like a
It's the
microphone.
microphone.
And click it.
She wants the microphone. It's a microphone shape. She finds the microphone shape and then click on the microphone. And she's looking for it.
She's looking for, yeah.
I hear you. You got to click that microphone.
I don't have the function to unmute her. Oh, there
yes.
we go.
You got it. Yes.
Now,
you got it, Anne-Marie.
now you hear me? Sorry.
Yes.
Now you
yes.
hear me? Ah, okay.
Yes.
How you
It's
been?
always, yes. Yes, in France. I think you know, and I think also some other thought that it's here in France difficult. I cannot start Tai Chi for arthritis. I cannot start all of that of your program. I need first a French certificate. And it first a French certificate, and for that, Thomas and we are doing learning Tai Chi, Chuan 24, Chen style, and we must make a learning here Qigong, Yun Yan Qigong, and also Tai Chi 24, Chen style. And next year we have now already doing that about half a year. Next year there will be an exam, official exam here from a French government, and if we succeed, afterwards I can do whatever I want. When I'm approved to be a teacher, so I can make qigong, I can make tai chi, and I can do. And now we are already doing several months, so I slowly look to try to look where I can start and where I can do it slowly. But for that, it's hard. And now with the 24 Tai Chi Chuan Chensa, that's a teacher is doing. He is approved. He's a professor in France for Tai Chi and martial art. He's coming from karate. And for that, it's very martial art. It's very Tai Chi Chuan 24 Chensa is really very martial arts. But okay, I try my best and hope it will work. I can help more people because I see a lot of people here, a lot of old people in Narbonne that would be very helpful to have Tai Chi for arthritis, to have your Tai Chi. So, okay, we are still working on it. Yeah, that's your to inform you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Good.
good luck,
Good.
Anne-Marie. You know, this is the same in Hong Kong and Singapore. In Singapore, there was this guy who helped Lee Kuan Yew got into power back in the back days. So they dominate all, and it was really hard for us to get there. When we were there, but we were able to do that through the People's Association, but with some difficulty. They and in Hong Kong too, the Wu style dominate everything. I have the opportunity to have some input with the World Health Organization. This is some time to go through China that they want to set a benchmark for Tai Chi instructors. So you know what we believe that the benchmark for Tai Chi instructor should be outcome dependent. Another word, if people's goal is to improve their health, then a Tai Chi instructor should be able to help people to improve their health safely and effectively, which is really what most people want to do Tai Chi for. So therefore, there's no need to do chain style. There's no need to do Wu style. The important thing is this person who's going to teach know and can prove that who she or he can teach Tai Chi safely, effectively, for the purpose to help people for whatever purpose they are. And that should be the benchmark. And if we can put this sort of outcome through the World Health Organization, maybe it will help the rest of the world. Certainly, this is what I did with the presentation in Harvard, that 99% of people learning Tai Chi are for health. And to teach for health, you need to learn how to teach it effectively in an enjoyable, user-friendly way, and how to teach it safely to know what is the movement that have high risk, which movement have more benefit to health. And it doesn't matter what style, what form you do. Once you understand how to do it safely and effectively, user-friendly way, then you we will get more people doing Tai Chi
Yes,
in a
sure.
good way.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think I know all of it.
I'm going
Sorry.
to have to go. So lovely to see you all, and look forward to seeing you another time. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rani.
Thanks,
Thank
Rani.
you.
Yes, and you will receive an email from me when I get all the recordings done, and you will get a link to the YouTube. Then you get to hear we did something slightly different. I say something slightly different in the zone one. I try not to say things with the script, just say things that it feel right to me at that moment. So yeah, you can have a look at what we say in the in the other zone one. Except Pat, she will be saying the same thing.
Do we have a topic for August? We want everyone for next month to join us
Oh yeah,
again.
the topic for next month is how does Tai Chi work to relieve stress and reduce anxiety? A lot of people ask for that, and I thought it's so basic. I think it's worthwhile to talk about that. That's actually what most people want to do Tai Chi for. The modern life is too stressful, and it will help. So I'll very much looking forward to talk about that topic. Feel free to email me, and if you like any other topic for the future or any aspect of how this topic is going to come out, I'm really happy to orientate it, modify it for your need, if it sort of works with the general things of it. The studies are very helpful. There's a lot of study on how Tai Chi reduce blood pressure, reduce anxiety, and that would be interesting to talk about. Yeah, to put some work in and to share. That's next month. We'll let you know. We'll write email to you, and I look forward to see you. Meanwhile, enjoy your Tai Chi.
Thank you.
See you.